You're at the grocery checkout, watching the total climb, and that little voice in your head is doing math. If this bill hits my card today, what gets pushed to next week? 3 out of 4 American workers are living paycheck to paycheck right now. Today, I'm going to show you how the system is built to keep salary earners stuck, how prices quietly outrun your pay, and how lifestyle creep and debt turn every raise into a new chain. You'll see why the people who actually get ahead don't just earn, they own, and the mindset shift you need to stop living month to month. We're going to turn your paycheck from survival money into a weapon for freedom.
But to do that, you need to see the system clearly. Your salary was never designed to make you rich. It was designed to keep you dependent. In 2024, a national survey of U.S. workers found that 3 out of 4 are living paycheck to paycheck with minimal savings, mounting debt, and rising anxiety. That's not just low-income workers. This includes people with degrees, careers, and respectable jobs. PwC found that 60% of full-time employees in the U.S. are stressed about money. Even among people earning over $100,000 a year, nearly half, 47%, say money is stressing them out. Think about that. 6-figure salary, still financially anxious. So clearly, the problem is not just make more money. The problem is how the game is set up around your salary.
Now, let's look at why your salary keeps losing to the rising cost of living. On paper, your income might be going up, but in real life, your purchasing power is melting. In 2023, across rich countries in the OECD, wages rose, but inflation rose faster. In 30 out of 34 countries with data, real wages were actually falling because price increases outran pay raises. That's exactly what you're feeling when your rent, groceries, and bills jump, but your paycheck doesn't keep up. Look at housing. In Europe, from 2010 to early 2025, house prices jumped almost 58% and rents nearly 28%. In many U.S. cities, we've seen the same pattern: housing, childcare, and healthcare ripping ahead, swallowing raises before you even see them in your lifestyle. So every year, you run a little faster on the treadmill, but the treadmill speeds up too.
Now let's talk about the psychology behind the salary trap. First, hedonic adaptation. When you get a raise, you feel good for a bit. Then that new normal becomes just normal. Behavioral research shows most of the happiness boost from higher income fades within about 18 months, but the higher spending sticks. Your emotions reset, your expenses don't. Second, lifestyle creep. You tell yourself, I worked hard, I deserve this. So you upgrade the apartment, the car, the vacations, the restaurants. One by one, those treats become fixed costs: rent, loan payments, subscriptions. You didn't just buy stuff, you bought obligations. Third, loss aversion and golden handcuffs. Once you've built that lifestyle, cutting back feels like a loss. Psychologically, losses hurt about twice as much as gains feel good. So even if you hate your job, even if you want to take a risk, your brain screams, I can't afford to go backwards. You are now handcuffed to your salary. Put that together, and you get this brutal loop: raise, upgrade lifestyle, lock in higher bills, feel no happier, become more afraid to change anything. That's the salary trap on the behavioral level.
Now let's take a look at why the system rewards owners, not earners. Here's a question. If salaries are so stressful, who is actually winning? And the answer is people who own assets. In the United States, nearly 3/4 of all wealth is owned by the top 10% of households. Most of that isn't sitting in savings accounts, it's in businesses, stocks, mutual funds, and real estate. Middle-class households, on the other hand, have most of their net worth tied up in their primary home and maybe a retirement account. Very little in actual investments that throw off income they can live on. Now, here's the crazy part. Over the last couple of decades, a huge chunk of global wealth growth didn't come from people working more hours. It came from asset prices inflating, stocks, real estate, financial assets rising faster than the real economy. If you didn't own those assets, you missed that wealth wave entirely. And then there's tax. In most advanced economies, your salary is taxed heavily and automatically. Income tax, payroll tax, the works. Whereas capital gains, which are profits earned from investments, often get lower tax rates, better timing options, and more loopholes. Two people can earn the same economic value, but if one earns it as a salary and the other as capital gains, the after-tax result is very different. So if you're playing the game as a high earner and someone else is playing as a high owner, you're not even in the same sport.
Now let's turn all this data into a picture of a real person. You're 32, living in a major U.S. city. You finally crossed the six-figure mark, $110,000 a year. So you upgrade the apartment, finance a nicer car, and start going out more because I can finally afford it. That's lifestyle creep. Every raise quietly turns into a bigger fixed monthly bill. The problem is, your city's housing costs have been climbing for a decade, way faster than most salaries. Groceries cost more than last year, utilities and streaming keep inching up, childcare is brutal, and your student loans and credit card balance never quite seem to go down. On paper, you're doing well, but looking at your bank app, it feels like you're always one step behind. Even at your income level, there's almost a 50-50 chance that you're still stressed about money, constantly worrying if you can keep up. And there's a 75% chance you're living paycheck to paycheck, with maybe a month of expenses in cash before you'd have to borrow if that paycheck stopped. You look successful from the outside, decent apartment, nice car, good job, but inside you know the truth. You're one layoff, one medical bill, one rent hike away from disaster. That's not you being bad with money. That's the salary trap doing exactly what it's designed to do. Now push this forward 30 years. Pew Research finds that about 4 in 10 U.S. adults either aren't confident they'll have enough to retire or think they might never be able to retire. At the same time, Social Security has a growing financing gap, with annual shortfalls projected to balloon in the coming decade if nothing changes. Put bluntly, the system is quietly telling you, your job will take care of you now, but you're on your own later. And most people are too busy surviving month to month to do anything about later. If you stay in the salary trap, no assets, no margin, no plan, retirement becomes either delayed, downgraded, or both.
So how do you escape the salary trap? This is not a quit your job tomorrow speech. A salary is not evil. It's a tool, but it's a dangerous trap if it's your only strategy. Here's the mental shift. See your salary as a fuel, not freedom. Your paycheck is not the prize. It's the cash flow you use to buy actual leverage, investments, skills, equity, ownership. Fight lifestyle creep aggressively. Every time your income goes up, freeze your lifestyle for a while. That gap between what you earn and what you spend, that's where freedom lives. Prioritize owning over earning. Over time, you want more and more of your net worth coming from stuff you own, not hours you sell. Stocks, index funds, a business, real estate, whatever fits your risk level and knowledge. Because the data is screaming one message. Workers who only earn stay stuck. Workers who earn and own escape.
If this hit a nerve, it's because deep down, you already feel it. The long hours, the nice title, the decent salary, and yet the constant low-grade panic when a bill is higher than expected. That's not a personal flaw. That's the salary trap. In the next videos, we'll break down step by step how to turn your paycheck into actual ownership instead of just a nicer lifestyle, and how to build a plan that your future self will thank you for. If you want that, hit subscribe, and let's get you off the treadmill and on to the escalator.